Yes, Footy Friends 2022. Oh, good to see you, boys. Mickey Barlow, Brett Deledio on horse teeth. How are you, mate?
Fucking have a look at me, I'm flying.
Fresh off the links, champion.
Straight off PK, just dominated the front nine, and we won't talk about the back nine. Now, Dyl, what are you wearing? What's this grumpy day? This is a Father's Day special.
Oh, he's good, isn't he? He wants to plug us something else. This is the grumpy dad bloke in the bar. I bought you bloke in the bar today. We're actually having a couple middies.
Yeah,
boys,
look
I'm
good.
on the middies at the moment. I'll tell you.
Why?
Can't handle the heavies.
I can't handle the heavies. I'm only a slight young man, and I just love the middies.
So, Rumi, you had, what'd you have, 3 beers last night and you still got a headache? Migraine.
No. These are one standard drink, the new bloke in the bar. That's the best can of beer you can
And they
actually
taste
get. Just
good.
the colours, they taste beautiful.
And where do we pick these up, Dyl? Did you name some?
blokeinthebar.com.au. You can check the stockers there and go through it.
But
But
this
hey,
out before Father's Day?
mate, they're out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's out. It's fantastic.
Do you get a
That's why
free
we're
Grumpy
here.
Dad t-shirt for the slab?
No, you don't. They're sold out. They're sold out, the tees,
There you
because
go.
they're just too hot in the market. You've got to be in first dress to get them.
good.
Hey, trainer, how'd you go today?
Yeah,
How's the handicap going?
Yeah, I would have blown out today. But I was saying we had a bit of a blow up on the course, I was telling you. So, yeah, we're going a bit too slow, and the bloke behind us, I wish I knew his name. I'd love to drop it here just so he gets some feedback. But, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It was...
Bit of a blow up.
We've had sprays from, like, your Rossi Lines in your time, mate. It was worse. Like, it rattled me, to be honest. I was on 18 points on the 8th hole and ended up with 24. I had an absolute mare. Hit the ball in the water like 4 times. I lost about 8 balls. I don't know what happened. I'm still rattled now. So, yeah, there you go.
You don't want to be stressing the course either.
Nah.
Are
You go
boys
there to
playing
racks.
Brittles?
Nah, mate, I'm too busy with kids.
Yeah.
No chance.
No time.
Mick's got 12 jobs.
And 12 jobs. No,
Cafe,
and no
everything.
ability on the golf course either. The hand-eye horrendous.
Yeah.
Really? You're no good on the golf
No
course?
good.
Have you played much?
No.
Yeah.
You'd be all right.
You just had good effort, though.
Good effort. Yeah, bring good effort.
Grunt player.
Great feedback. Yeah, no golf. So too expensive to buy clubs. It's an expensive hobby, what I'm hearing, Dylan.
Oh, yeah. Just get the sponsors, mate. That's,
That's
fine, mate.
It is an expensive game, though, isn't it?
It is. It's a great game, though. Good to get out there. I just love the nature.
How are you hitting
walking over
them?
the trees. No, not great. Thank you. Not great. But I'm still enjoying it. Playing tomorrow. It'll be good. Hey, Brett.
G'day, Dyl. Yeah.
You're a busy man. It's always good
I
to
am.
see you. It
Yeah.
pisses me off. Brett's in age the oldest, but bio age the youngest out of us. He's just fit, handsome.
How do you do it, mate? What do you
lean,
eat or
mean.
something?
He's
Not
got a full
much.
head of hair,
Yeah.
no greys.
Like-
Lucky it's
few
not
grays.
summer and he's got the jumper on because if he has the big guns packing underneath that Tommy Hilfiger jumper
Mate,
on.
I'm
dangerous.
blessed. I have to thank Mum probably for that, for my genes. But I'm good, mate. Yeah, just busy working away.
Yeah.
We've got the trade period coming up, and obviously the draft. So we've got a few boys
We'll
coming up
talk
for
trades.
Yeah, we
today.
will talk trades.
Any mail, mate?
Brett will
Any
have the
mail?
inside scoop. We'll
that. Yeah,
get
a
to
bit
it.
of mail, maybe. I don't know. Just what everyone else is hearing, probably. But
Talk to us through. No, I don't know that, Brett. You know what's going on. Talk us through a couple of your young boys you got. Who are you managing at the moment?
in terms of players that are on the list or
Yeah, just
what they're
players
coming
on the
through?
list. Bit
Well,
of
at the
both.
moment, mate, I've got Cam Zerhan, our old friend, and Big Adam Tomlinson. I'm looking after Big Tomo.
Tomo.
Tomo!
Yeah,
Has he
Big
come
Tomo.
across?
He's come across.
That's great.
Good on him.
He'd be very what's he doing at the moment? He's not playing, so there might be a bit
frustrated, I think, is probably the word. You know, he feels like he's playing good footy. You know,
He's playing good. He's dominating every week. He's pretty
Yeah,
much
down at
emergency
Casey,
as well.
of. Hey, you just got to keep knocking the door down, and if they make a granny, he
Be
pops
there,
in,
be
and you
there
win
just
it.
in case. Yeah,
Exactly.
Be there just in case.
I used to do that every week.
Yeah,
Tell
and
me to call me if you need
break glass in case of emergency. Never an emergency.
Grand final day, put the jumper on. You're not playing, but you're still wearing it.
Were you saying you
All
had
up.
Zach Bailey as well?
Yeah, Max. Company looks after Zachy Bailey. How good was he last night? in that
Mate,
game?
he's a big time player. Like
He is.
I was saying to someone, anytime there's a big game, you just know he's going to dominate. Does he play half forward or mid or both?
Well, mostly half forward, but then spends
Presses
time
up
in the
into
middle.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
but his ability, his sideways, he's that quick and electric, and always kicks a goal. Put money on it.
Now, we're not sure what a big
Except
calls
for
here.
the junction kick last night. Whereas
Well, he had a
Tough.
crack.
No, that's okay. You got to rip them sometimes.
They're scoring
ripping
involvement
45. We
Set play.
we do make big calls on Footy Friends, but is this big enough to say he keeps his feet similar to a young Gary Ablett? Like in
Looks
that
like
way.
it, ain't he?
Yeah,
Real
he looks
short
like,
little steps,
even just
balanced.
side to side. Last night, that one where he was running, he's not that quick, but he moves. He gets off the line. I think it was Broad was trying to tackle him. Who he's one of the quickest blokes in the AFL. Handballs over the top to I think Joe down ended
Joey.
up kicking the goal,
Yep.
but 9 times out of 10, any other play gets caught there. But he just moves so well.
Strong in the hips.
Yeah.
Good balance. You're
Brent
right.
Daniels sidestep, he's got a good one.
He does.
Yeah,
Only
Zachy
little-
Bailey.
he's a fair bit
little
smaller
man,
than,
low to the ground,
low to the
little
ground.
binger. But yeah, even Lockie Neal's sidesteps last night. He had everyone jumping around. That's one of the best.
never
games
looks
I've
like
seen
he's
play.
out of second gear.
Last night he was on. That
was as good as I've seen him
So
last night.
good. I mean, we know he's a gun, but jeez, he was clean.
Any
and
chance
stepping everyone.
Dimmer, Hardwick, three-time
Mate,
Premiership
why
coach.
do they
Maybe put someone.
Oh.
Maybe put
I
someone.
was surprised they
throwing
don't
a bar.
tag him.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they tag
Richmond
him?
have forever and a
They
day
don't
not
tag.
done it. So I think
So it's a team thing.
and it's spoken.
I don't think I don't think Richmond's tagged
Ever.
since Dimmer's been there.
Yeah, and it's
Fair enough. That's
it
a game
speaks
plan. It's
to-
won before.
Yeah, it speaks to 3 premierships and probably.
I don't know, boys. I reckon
Unlucky
I
not
got
to get a
tagged a few
fourth.
days out there. I reckon I was getting
Did you?
tagged.
Oh,
You playing
2015.
forward,
that
Brett
day
Deledio was playing the reverse forward on me.
He put the video
That
on
didn't
there,
end well,
mate.
did it?
see that?
That didn't end well, did it? eh?
Well, it actually did. It got me a watch.
You've won the watch that night, haven't you?
Defensive
Mate,
forward tag.
That's
I've
unbelievable.
given the whole rundown.
That's
Everyone
when you
knows.
know you're in.
In good form.
That's when you know. No, that's
Are you wearing the watch now that you won on
Yeah, well,
Bucks?
funny you say that.
Oh, no. Hey, one last thing
it's
on the
funny.
game last night, because we'll talk about what's coming. Love talking footy with you boys, but how silly is it? And it goes back to the old argument last night. How many Richmond players didn't know the conditions up at the Gabba last night, losing their feet, when all it looked like Brisbane obviously play up there a lot. They're used to it. Zach Bailey, Lockie Neal, as we said, they just look so clean, whereas all the Richmond players were falling over. It's big on Twitter. It's trending.
Is it?
Well, keep feet.
It's trending. Keep
Look, I
your
won't
feet.
comment because
School basics well
I used
trained.
to slide around like a penguin. So hey, I got nothing to say.
Ross Lyon used to walk in
Oh, did he?
and say, like, if you're wearing the molds today, right,
enough.
that's okay. You can wear the molds if you want. If you slip over, you let us swear you.
Yeah, you are.
You're fucking done.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you slip over, you can wear your molds. Luke McFarlane wouldn't be wearing the molds.
No,
and
yeah.
Luke, you're a professional. Luke was wearing the molds. He never slipped over.
Got the Asics on.
But
coach.
he put the heat on pretty quickly. If you slip over, yeah, you're on notice.
Yeah.
And if you slip over twice, you get delisted and end up at the Giants.
Yeah,
Man.
I think Cam Sutcliffe used to wear. After that, he used to wear metal studs, and his
Yeah.
feet were fucked.
He,
Oh, they
he
hurt
used to
you.
wear the old ski boots. Like
Yeah,
literally,
they
they were.
Because he's playing on all the quick forwards and used to slide around like a penguin as well.
Last
Like, what are you
one
meant to
on-
do when you got like a little Rioli stepping you? Of course you're gonna fucking slide. You don't know what he's doing.
The on boots last night. Last one though was Errol Goulden. Sorry, not Errol Goulden. Errol. Who am I talking about here? Errol.
There's no other Errols. I don't know. They played last
talking
night.
about here?
Cut this one out and
Noah
start that one
Cumberland?
again.
No.
Who's he
Big
play for?
forward name.
Eric.
Eel.
Eric Eel.
Eric. Yeah, it's a good footy show.
Uncle Eric.
Eric was wearing the Copa Mundial.
Copa, he has done
How
for
good
most
is
of the
that?
year. Unbelievable.
That
Hasn't
is
watched many
pure-
Brisbane games.
Yeah, no, I've been watching
Errol
a bit.
Hipwood. Jesus.
Oh, don't.
Tune in,
no,
Errol.
Sorry.
He's
I
kicked
was-
three in the
I-
first quarter and you're calling him Errol.
No, I'm bringing up Errol later in the show, and I've gone.
He had a couple of videos.
What's in these blokes, mate? They've bloody spiked
I've
them.
had 2 sips of a midi, and I don't even know Eric anymore. Anyway, boys, let's. Oh, sorry, Mick. We'll talk about you quickly
I'm good.
as well. We'll do a recap of everyone.
I'm good. Let's
You're
go.
well. You got 15 jobs. You're
Yeah.
a coach of Werribee, 9-9,
9-9 missed the finals.
Yeah.
He's a dad.
and you're a dad. Congratulations.
Grumpy dad actually
Yeah.
at the moment. Haven't
Grumpy
spent
dad.
7 weeks old today is Lonnie. And I reckon
name.
I've spent 7 minutes with her because of the commitment to you guys. And
Yeah.
actually, it's probably today was most things I knew are valid. You know, coaching, like a full-time job, media, you get paid pretty well to do. Today was, what are we doing today, Dale? Well, actually, I've committed to a Dyl Friends podcast at 2 o'clock in Richmond. And then I'm on a plane to Brisbane later to do the VFL across the weekend. So
So you hate your wife and you hate
no,
your family.
I
She
love,
hates him.
I
Yeah,
love them
okay.
both very dearly, and starting to get invested in their life as of Monday.
Okay,
more
fantastic.
so.
Well, happy to be the catalyst of that turnaround for you to do that and make it realise. Hey, boys, we had a chat earlier in the year. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, it was big.
We did. The preview of
Preview, that's right.
2022.
I remember one thing. I think we'll get there.
What
West
do you remember?
Coast were in for a big.
Now,
And he blew up, didn't
no,
he?
Listen,
He blew
listen.
up.
I said they're in for a big year.
He was getting angry while looking
I
him
said
in the
they're in
eyes.
for a big year. I didn't say success. I said they're in for a big year.
Did they win two games?
Were they? Did they have a big year? They had a big year.
They
Didn't
won a
they?
story.
Exactly.
I
There were stories.
I never saw. I don't think I saw effort either. I
didn't
can
find a
see,
shot.
can see
Did they?
underperformance,
Nah.
but
Since that statement, it was just downhill. Like they lost like 20 players and
No,
blokes.
see-
I think they had a few players listening to the pod and they were drinking their bathwater.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, Dill said that we're going to win the flag. And
They went to the
won
hippie
game.
club to celebrate.
So, no, it's been fantastic. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a bit of a recap of what we spoke about last year. Then we'll go into our predictions for the finals and talk about it. Talk a little bit about the year of late. So, Rising Star. Nick Dacos won the Rising Star. I'll run through who you guys said, if you don't remember. Mick, you said Heath Chapman.
I did. I did.
Got a
And
nom.
we've done some research here as
Got a
well.
nom.
Not only did he not win, and I don't think he got the nomination,
This will be great.
you didn't even have him in your 22 under 22 team. So, I don't know.
Is that emotional? You're like, he cost me the NAB Rising.
Well,
so
the
I'm gonna
chairman
leave
of
him out.
selectors,
He
the
did get a nom,
AFLPA,
and you chose the team.
the AFLPA that look after all of us, rang and said, you do all their media stuff, Dyl, but I'm now the coach. So I was the chairman of selectors. Freo had too many in, and one had to go. So Chapman, for mine, had a more underwhelming year than Hayden Young and Jordan Clark. So we had to shuffle Heath back.
Who
I
took his
actually
spot?
checked the other day if Heath. This is a bit immature by me, but I went onto Instagram and I was like, I wonder if Heath Chapman still follows me on Instagram.
We unfollowed you.
He's still there, but
Oh,
I reckon I'm on thin ice.
Oh, okay. Do you reckon you're muted? Maybe. Yeah, you're muted.
Anyway, Heath had a good year.
No,
and
he did.
Who knows?
Moments of the year,
Hey,
though. Still
finals to
moment
come.
of the year.
Round two.
The spoiler
Early,
one,
yeah, tapping the ball back in. I think that just shows the class.
Hang on, who took his spot? Well, there's no spots left.
No, so I just picked this. This is where there's
He's 23.
a bit of conjecture. I picked the 40, and then the fans pick their 22s,
okay,
and then the computer formulates the final 22.
Yeah, blame it on Microsoft, eh?
Yep.
There we go. Lids and Tom, you said Nick Dacos. Congratulations.
thanks.
It was a
Lay down,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that was like
Did
a
you
black
think,
caviar.
even though
quick
with that, like I think we all knew he was going to be good. I think still though, to do what he's done, like a young player coming in, now when I say coming in, he was like very confident young kid, talking a lot, doing these things. It's another thing to then back that up and do what he's done.
Yeah.
It's genuinely incredible. Like, I'm absolutely wrapped for him.
Mate, his ability to come in and play as a first-year player, look like a 23, 24-year-old, comfortable across half-back, get it 35 times. It took me 4 or 5 years to do that. It was not you, of course. We know how good you were
Yeah,
at
man,
finding it.
Dyl, like 6 years. Man, Dyl.
haven't hit that yet.
Haven't even done it in
But
the
like
reserves.
he's so calm. But then even big moments in that Adelaide game, he kicks 3 goals, has 30-odd. He's going to be a superstar to watch for years to come.
What about a first season, though? Like, he has been amazing. He's honestly should have been in the All-Australian team. But he has been at Collingwood this year, and they've had one of the most amazing seasons of all time. Like, how many clutch goals have been kicked on the siren. His home and away season, I don't think anyone will ever have a greater season than him.
Not opening one?
Oh,
It's
it's
gonna be hard
first
to top.
season. His individual stats and his team, have come top 4 out of nowhere. It's one of the greatest seasons.
It's unbelievable. Even like when you were saying, Liz, about his composure on field, but he's the catalyst for like kicking the ball in, hitting plays in between, lots of 3 and all those scoring chains of coming from like D50, what he's been able to do.
Yep.
I love as well the fact that somehow Josh Dacos has just flown under the radar, and it's nearly lifted him to the next level as well. Like just having
How can my younger brother be?
but
going
like
getting all
Josh,
these noise
all
about me?
Australian. Did he end up making fully all
No,
Australian?
squad,
Yeah.
yeah.
But fuck, they've got to be up there with 2 of the most informed brothers.
Yeah, they've had a great year. It'd be good. Great year to be the father. Just going to the footy.
Well, he's really popped back into relevance.
Yeah, he's
I'll
loving
see him doing the Macedonian Marvel tour post-season.
Love that.
Yeah, headed up by Dacos Senior. So that'll be a watch over the summer.
Yeah, they want me and Jimmy doing that. But
That might be on KO with Shaq. That
And
one.
whilst we celebrate the good, so well done, boys. Nick Dacos. Heath Chapman, not a bad effort.
Here we
And
go.
we'll
Not a
move
bad
on
effort.
to
the
But
surprise
I'm reading the run sheet. Dylan Buckley, nominations. Finn Callahan, never heard of him. No, Finn, he's handy. Where's the career savers?
He's going to be very good.
The next one,
Had injuries.
the hyphen. Denver Granger Barras.
Yeah. Now, look, I'm not sure if...
He obviously tunes in. How was his year, Dyl?
he had a good year, mate. And the thing about that is they don't reward the defenders in the Rising Star. They just don't get the recognition they
I'm pretty
deserve.
sure Nick Dacos played half back.
Yeah, the big boys. They don't.
That's in the back 6.
Mate, these small ones, you can literally go down to the EDFL and get another one tomorrow. There's 6 Nick Dacoses down at Duda Stars. Okay, yeah. I'm talking about the big boys, mate. The big sticks. Okay, you can't buy them. They're big boys. Okay?
Something about you
So
and
Denver
also
Granger
hold.
Brass, DGB.
Hold.
Yeah.
Hold
Next
on that.
year,
Still
mate.
eligible
You've
for
got-
No, he's
Rising
not. He
Star?
played more than 10.
I think he's 27 now. But
So if he's a stock, you're holding. You're not selling.
it's a blue chip. Yeah, I'm holding on that.
And I
one.
think
So-
I was a bit Finn Callahan, good player.
Finn
Real pretty good
Callahan's
player.
going to be unbelievable. But he actually had some injuries this year. Very handsome young man too. Anyway, surprise All-Australian. Mick, you went with Justin McInerney.
I'll tell you what, round 12.
Yeah.
Looking ominous was Justin McInerney.
He had a good season.
Fell off the cliff a little bit. We're not complete. Like I think the best could be ahead of Justin.
No, I think you're
in the
onto something
finals, and into next year.
Lidsey,
Yep.
Jaden Short.
Yep. Well, he had a pretty solid year still, but went into the midfield more so. I thought he would be that half back that would just rack him up. But West Coast game, halfway through the year, they missed a couple of mids. He goes in, change a role. Very hard to get into that midfield team against Oliver, Neil, Petrarca, you name them.
Like it. Traino, do you remember who you said?
I think Tom Green.
Tom
maybe.
Green.
Yeah. Started all right. He just got shuffled around. They didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
He's playing forward, mid.
Who didn't listen to you?
Oh, Leon. Leon.
Spike was too busy doing the mid-ball circuits.
Well, Giants have got 50. Hang on.
He was too busy. They were
The
too
boys are
busy.
doing
Does he do them?
Tackling.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
saying,
do they ever?
let's put Tom Green. We went, no, let's just do a mid-ball
He's
circuit.
probably got concussion.
Let's just do a
What do you
mid-ball.
mean a med ball circuit?
Oh, yeah, just
Every
Spike is
week.
renowned
Get a
for
med
it.
ball, and if you're weak as piss like me and Buck, and just hold it above your head and don't do it, or you're going to start again.
It's like-
Whenever you're looking around going, don't drop
like-
it, boys. Don't drop
So you
it.
do pyramid.
This bloke's doing it on his arm. Yeah,
Spike, I
he's-
can't hit a 45, but let's not worry about holding this med-ball. You know what I mean? Let's just practice some 45s.
You respect the coach, all right? Please?
Spike was great. No, Tom Green was playing. They've got too many mids at the Giants, as everyone knows. There's going to be a bit of talk about player movement. There's going to be a few big trades, I'd imagine. Tom Green, I'll be following up with him next year. I just want to see him plonked in the middle.
He's the most important player to keep. Young player to keep. at that
Yeah,
club.
well, he's just a Paddy
It
Cripps
does,
like,
without knowing anything about this, it does look like our boy Big Timmy Taranto and Jacob Hopper are going to be shooting off. Is that? Have we heard any truth to that?
No, I haven't heard truth to it or locked in,
Yeah.
but that's the word. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tiggs for Timmy and Hopper to the Cats.
Hopper's hopping.
Yeah.
To the
He fit,
Cataracts.
they both fit
crossing.
in very well. In those teams.
They need a coach, Hopper's crossing.
Hopper at Geelong just seems would be a
Geelong
great
just
fit.
love just
Yeah,
picking
great
him
fit.
up.
And Dylan, I'm reading again. I'm going ahead.
I don't
You
know
how
why. I always get two
I'm
picks.
looking at the run sheet again. So you picked Tom Green, one choice. Jaden Short, one choice.
Yep.
Justin McInerney, one choice. Dill's got a list longer than my arm. who he's picked? Run me through.
You got to
them,
get,
please.
you got to get one of them if you know.
Who were they?
Process of elimination. One was Eric Goulden, Errol Goulden. I thought he was going to have an incredible, and to be honest, he started on fire as well. A very young player. I think he's going to feature in my chat later. But this one, a surprise AA, or Australian that is. Now, take you back to this time. Let me set the scene for you in this. Sam Doherty's just had 2 knee reconstructions. He's recovered from his first bout of cancer. He's just unfortunately had a second bout of cancer that he's working through. At that time, things were looking very
dire.
in terms of just getting back and even playing.
Yep.
And I said Sam Doherty's surprise All-Australian, which,
Wasn't a bad shout.
to be honest, should have
Now.
nearly been
We could
in
have.
the squad at least.
He had amazing. If he's
incredible
listening,
year.
mate, you are a superstar, man. What he did this
Writing
year
a book
and the
about
way he
that.
started, they were talking about not playing him. And I remember him kicking that goal. There was a goal he
Yeah,
kicked.
round one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
round one.
Played
It was
a
a special
VFL practice match the week before and had
it-
30 and a half.
It was
or something.
inspiring, and it was what he's doing is inspiring. But that game and that kick, it was just
It gave me
special.
chills.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, just thinking, "Oh, how good's that?" For
So
that
I think he was. To be honest, I'd love to know his numbers and who took his spot, but he must have been right
Sard.
there.
Yeah, Sard. Yeah, well, the beauty
Sard,
of it as
yeah.
well, I only went to sort of 2 games this year live. One was one of them, I can't remember, it wasn't very memorable. And the other one was the Collingwood
Carlton game.
game
So,
at the
wow.
end of the year. And
Oh, you got on the
seeing
train
him-
at the end, did you?
I did
You
at the
thought,
end, yeah,
okay, it's
definitely.
time.
I was
One of the
like,
great
better go down the
returns.
room, take it out of the voice. Show some,
You give him the
shake some
three-quarter time
hands,
speech.
kiss some babies.
Turn him around
Come
the
on,
other
lads.
Would have loved him in
And
there.
watching him walk out into the centre square, I love when the midfielders walk out and you watch them walk out, and you love seeing who they pick in their first, starting centre bounce. And he was in there, and I was like, "Oh, we're on today."
And that's similar to probably Lids' situation with Jaden Short. He played a lot more around the ball with the shortage of mids and injuries they had this year as well. So, hey, good shout and
Thank you.
real appreciation to Sam Doherty.
Closest to the
Definitely.
pin, you probably got it.
Thank you very much. All right, now top 8 surprises. This is where it gets interesting. Got some clips, okay, just to make
Good audio
because
game.
a few of them might not remember who, and I actually don't even know these. Sam and Darcy have cut these up. Say thanks to the boys.
Here we go.
Say thanks to the boys.
Thanks, boys.
Yep, no worries. So top 8 predictions.
Just a padding until you can play the
Just
clip.
going to get them nice and loud. Sorry. This one is Lids.
Only out of last year's top 8, I've only got the Tigers going in, the Bombers drifting out. I think.
You're staying quiet.
I reckon that's nearly the same as what it was last year. But
So who's going
just
in?
from memory, I think the Tigers didn't make the finals last year, but I've got them in my top 8.
Who's dropping out?
But I haven't got the Bombers in there. So Nostradamus.
Couldn't be truer, to be, to be
Well
honest.
done, Liz. That's super.
How many
That's
sides
really
did
good.
drop out?
Port.
Port dropped out as
How
well.
was Essendon even in the top 8 last year? Were
They
they
really
in the-
stitched themselves up with the schedule as well because they were playing all the good teams twice and
This year?
Early
No,
this
yeah,
year,
this year, but
they
next
cost
year
them
they won.
hard.
Yeah.
They were-
Essendon?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was actually chatting to a mate earlier about Carlton, and I think next year them not actually winning and making the finals
helps.
is going to be a lot better for them. One, because they look at the year as a failure and they go into it going, fucking hell, we've got to get it. Because sometimes you make that final, you go, all right, well, at least we made the final.
But then they're in that middle six.
They're in that
draw.
middle. Yeah, and they've got the good draw. So I think it'll be good for them long term. Tommy.
I'm going with Carlton to make the 8 for the first time since 2013. Lids.
What happened in 13? I can't remember.
Good times.
Were you playing?
Yeah, the curtain raiser.
They've broken my heart. Your footy club has broken my heart. I had a bet on it with the mate for dinner. I had this guy against Melbourne. I won it 3/4 time. I'm celebrating. Whoever kicked the goal.
Is that Tommy's
Cozzy.
tips?
Tommy's tips on Dabble.
No, we don't bet.
We heard about
Anyway,
it all
and
year,
then-
mate, on the...
Just on that, though, you're laughing at me, but you didn't believe you're a ex-Carlton
No, I did.
player.
I
You
think I was
support
agreeing
them.
with you.
And you guys know your football, as we just saw. I'm fucking stiff.
No. It's very hard to go back and remember what was actually happening at the start of the year because I didn't think they'd make it. I'll be honest. I didn't think they'd make it.
Oh, mate, they literally... I don't want to talk about it. They broke my heart. It's the last 2 games they've lost by a kick.
If you missed that last bit as well,
What is it at the end?
we just replay that last
Let's
bit.
go
where
again.
Brett just had a little jab at me.
I'm going with Carlton to make the 8 for the first time since 2013. Lids.
what happened in 13? I can't remember.
Good times.
Were you playing?
Yeah, the curtain raiser. That's just crude.
Yeah.
That's crude.
If Carlton had made it, was
energy.
Richmond out? No.
Richmond were already locked.
Yeah.
Oh, Bulldogs.
Bulldogs out.
Bulldogs are out.
Mick, this one's you, my friend.
Just skipped Leeds because mine's.
Fremantle?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That was just you just pretty much naming the whole Fremantle. I think you just listed the Fremantle team.
Wait till
last
some
year.
predictions a
Well,
bit later on as well. But
Yeah.
hey, again, ding ding. Freo go in and
see
they
that
replace the Power.
Hang on. So who we got over here? This will be
I
good.
think I picked 4 teams. I think.
So put 3 of them in maybe.
Okay,
which-
let's see.
Saddle up.
Collingwood finished 17th last year,
Yeah.
which is pretty incredible when
And
you
they're
think
making
about
the
it.
8, you reckon?
I think they'll no, they're not my team. I'm saying
Oh.
they will rise. They will
thought
really,
that's where
really
you're
rise.
going
A team that will make the 8 this year that I'm really bullish about is Hawthorn.
No, you know what? And he
didn't lock Collingwood in.
You know what happened?
He didn't lock him in.
You know what happened was I was actually going Collingwood, and then you scared me, and then I was like, I'm gonna go Hawthorn,
You
and then
panicked.
changed it.
I actually sensed it on the day. You were like, yeah, can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I'm really bullish on. I'm actually bullish on no one,
Yeah.
apart from Collingwood, but they laughed at
Yeah, you laughed at me at Collingwood, and I shit myself, and I was like, I'm not going to back him. And then I just saw Hawthorn and was like, Denver Grange Brass, he's going to win the Rising Star, and they'll make top 8.
I'll still pay the Collingwood, but yeah, Hawthorn. What they
Surely,
finished.
Collingwood were nowhere, and even at the start of the year. But
Like I
before
said,
that-
one of the most amazing seasons.
They were-
Yeah, top 8 pick, I suppose, but that's
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
I hadn't thought about this, but we chatted just before we started about the ball. Like, Collingwood last year, their game style was horrendous, wasn't it? It was just chip and go slow.
Mick
And
Malthouse
this
down
year,
the
they were
boundary.
just bang, bang, bang. North Melbourne were like the same this year, slow and methodical. And this next year, maybe bang, bang, bang. North are going to make the 8 next year.
Ooh, that's a big shout.
Well, looks. I'm really
What do you
excited.
reckon, Sammy?
You'd like it. I'm very excited about the players that they look like they're coming in. I think, and we'll get. We're already jumping to it now, but links to Brad Hill, Ben Long, and
Griffin Logue?
Junior Rioli.
Yeah.
Which that sort of seems like he's trying to make a bit of that team of like Hawthorn. Does that make sense? Get back a bit of run.
Maybe.
They'll need. I think
Those
they've got-
players
Just shaking his
are
head. So
those
it's definitely
players
not true.
heading there? Is that what you're saying?
That was I saw a tweet. Yep.
I think they've got 16 players out of contract, so there's going to be spots to take and salary cap to grab.
Yeah. I think I've made a bit of a joke, a bit harsh because I've been there before and wouldn't have handled it that well. But it was funny when all the North they're like, oh, the North players are really happy with Clarkson coming and coach. I said, settle down, boys. I don't know if half of you are going to be there, so just relax. Okay, I'm not sure if the best coach of all time
There's
is
one
going to be
awkward
rating.
one. I picked it up when I was driving. I was thinking about it. Jed Anderson got delisted by Clarkson. He's at North Melbourne.
He
And-
got traded, didn't he?
Did he get traded?
No, he got
traded
traded.
to North, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he got traded. But now he's got his old coach there again. I just
Yeah.
would have thought that might be an awkward one.
And out of contract too.
Is
I
he out
think.
of contract? Yeah, that's probably one to monitor.
No, he got traded because he was playing really good footy at Hawthorn.
He
It'd
had
be
a-
interesting. Yeah, that's happened. If that's surely happened before.
I was just saying, like, it's
Thinking
just a
about
bit
Ross
weird, though,
Lyon.
isn't it? You know, like you leave a club, you go to a new club, and a couple of years later, the same coach rolls back in.
Yeah.
Happened to Heath Scotland with Collingwood and Carlton.
Mick.
He played
Oh,
in
wow.
the 2000 and must have been maybe 4 grand final, 2003 grand
Three.
final with Collingwood. Played in that. Went to Carlton. Started his career with Mick Malthouse. Ended his career with Mick Malthouse. So first 2 years with him, last 2 years with him, or first 1 year,
and left on good terms the first time?
I don't know.
Going
I don't
from-
think it was
going from
bad
Collingwood to
terms.
Carlton,
I don't think it was bad terms, but it wasn't like
kosher.
it's just a new
Yeah,
opportunity.
it's just a unique one, isn't it?
Yeah,
there you go.
definitely.
I wonder if there's any
He's
more.
got one of the best players of all time, by the way. Just to
How did his retirement speech go?
Scotto's.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best. He's
I heard that he couldn't
I'm
get
done.
any words out.
Nah,
He's
he
the
could.
toughest bloke ever.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
a-
just puddled up.
He's the toughest bloke ever. He used to, you know what it's like on a recovery day. No one wants to get out and do their tempos or run. He would run with like broken ankle and just be smoking everyone. Like just the toughest bloke you ever seen. Oh, so good. So good. Anywho, grand final and premiership predictions from last year. Do you remember who he's picked?
Nope. I do.
Yeah, I do.
I had the cap.
I'm confident. I think I'm 90% sure.
D
Yeah.
still, maybe.
Okay, Mick, I've got a note here. It says Mick spoke for 10 minutes and didn't say anything. And I think you ended up just going with the doggies. Is that correct?
Oh, did I?
So we didn't actually cut
Why
up a
did
clip.
I
'cause
dream that I
think you
had
just-
Sydney and Brisbane?
I think you'd had too many middies and you were just... You went through every line of the team and you were speaking about the club's mission. And
Halfback,
everything. Yeah.
their creed.
Yeah, so you went with the doggies. Lids.
Big
Red
noise.
who do you reckon
Yeah,
wins?
I've got the D's, but versus Port Adelaide Power.
Yeah,
and I've got the D's going back to back.
Still D's going back to back, possible.
It's still a chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good team for a very long time. Tommy?
I've got Brisbane versus the Demons.
Okay.
I actually
And
didn't.
who's your premier?
I actually didn't do the whole top two. I just did the Premier. Yeah. So, but I think that's what'll happen, and I think
So who was the Premier,
I think
sir?
the Lions will
Lions.
win it.
Okay.
I think to what your point was, they've been around, but I thought Cam Rayner's a forgotten man.
Yeah.
And another shout out to Cam because I can't wait to see him back, and either can everyone. He's had a
Very
had a,
Kidwood?
Yep, he'll be back. I don't know when, but
Middle of the year,
middle of the year. So, but Lockie Neal was a bit banged up last year for most of the year. He's battling a few injuries, and they've got a mature list. I like their spine. I like the key factors. I said contested footy, versatile midfield. They've got a great spine, and they're electric up forward. So
There you
They all
go.
kicked 3 last night.
Pretty good.
I must say, it's
So you're saying Brisbane win?
right now. I think Geelong will win, but that makes me sound very good, doesn't it?
Does,
Yeah, it
well
does.
done.
You know your footy, mate.
Well, you know, if Joey hadn't kicked that one, we'd be sitting there, you'd be taking the piss out of me.
Yeah.
Look, they haven't. I don't think they've hit their straps yet. So hopefully they can. And Cam Rayner, he's the guy that I think. I'm glad I did mention him because he come off a big, ACL.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
come in. He kicked 4 before he got reported. So he comes back in the team now.
Is it 1 or 2 weeks?
No, he only got one.
got
So
one.
he comes in now. So they're, it's pretty
So
exciting.
they're going to be a better
Yeah.
side next week.
and
Brisbane,
that,
with
yeah,
Rayner.
and they'll play.
What did Ainsworth get? Because
He's got one. He's back next week.
so
Yeah.
I'd hate for him to drop young Darcy Wilmot. I thought he was all right
Yeah,
last
Yeah, I know.
night.
He
He
kicked
was
the
good.
sausage and everything.
His
didn't he?
energy was
Yeah.
train like.
Yeah.
I think he knew.
But if Melbourne beat the Swannies,
Yep.
then Brisbane, if they all keep winning, that will happen.
Wow.
So, but I do think Brisbane.
The exciting thing about Brisbane too, and I'm on the Brisbane bandwagon at the moment. I'm wrapped for them, but they haven't won a final. I think in nearly their last 4 years.
One
They've been
from
knocked
6.
out in straight sets. So winning that last night is just monkey off the back now, and they can go in with a bit more confidence. But I know they traditionally don't play that well in Melbourne, but I think you just momentum.
Yeah, they haven't played well at the G, but in saying that, they've hardly played there. Like everyone keeps talking about it, but they've hardly played there. So, yeah, look, Geelong.
Even winning a final though, like they haven't won one.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night was a huge win. Richmond are humming.
People were saying last night if they lost that, Fagan was done.
Yeah, it's what one kick in with a minute to go.
But
It's
how
just
crazy is that? It gets them
And
to
the old
those-
arc. If the arc's right,
Oh,
they lose.
Ark and Al.
Arc and
Ark and Jesus.
jeez, I loved Dimmer's press conference. He was just about to explode and he was
Yeah.
holding it in.
To be honest, Richmond, like I reckon they had 3 free kicks given to them. They had that game on a platter, to be honest. Anyway, I don't want to get egged or house burnt down, but let's move on.
we're actually in the suburb.
Let's see who I tipped.
Another year.
Another year, and what features in the next question, which I'm going to throw into now, is the premiers. And when I talk premiers, I thought grand finalists. Who plays? For me, it's Sydney Swans
Ooh.
versus Brisbane Lions.
Okay.
Something we can agree on.
Mick likes
Something we
that.
can agree on.
There it is.
The Swans win though for mine.
Ooh, okay. Brisbane Swans. Yeah.
So if they win tonight, they will meet in the grand final if they keep winning, which would be a huge call.
It'd be a massive call. I don't think they win tonight, to be honest, but I'd be happy to be proven right.
Really?
on
They've got a good
record.
record
Tell you what,
down
if they
here
do,
against the
really.
Deets, yeah.
If they do win, they get the home prelim, and it's hard to beat.
Yeah,
with that.
true.
It's a big game tonight. Fuck.
You know, you boys, especially Mick and Lids, you boys are in the media. You understand footy a lot. Last night was the 2 most attacking teams playing each other. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 and 2 ranked for scoring.
In terms of scores,
Yeah,
points
scores,
for.
Points
yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So I think tonight, is a bit more of a defensive game, so we're not going to be seeing those higher scores. Probably it's going to be a bit more like lockdown footy, contested.
Well, they set up. Well, the D's particularly set up a lot more stronger defensively, don't they? With Lever and May behind the footy, Gorn generally drops out, but. The Swans, I think they like to take the game on a fair bit as well. They've changed their style a little bit. They're young blokes.
How good are they?
Young Warner. I love him. Love watching him play at the moment.
Him.
He takes the game on. He kicks goals out of the middle, you know. So, and your boy Eric Goulden, like he's a superstar. You know, so look, it's going to be just a great game. I tip the D's, but I'm sort of swaying towards the Swans a little bit, you know.
The Swans got them early in the year, and I think they went 5 goals to zip in the first 15 minutes, and then Melbourne ended up grinding back and just losing. But Melbourne aren't a side that'll give up, scores consistently for any more than 15 or 30 minutes.
Love it. I've got nothing to add. I think that's fantastic.
What Melbourne did to Brisbane as well was a bit of a statement. So that was a good sign for everyone watching that they're ready to go.
Yeah. Just quickly on Sydney while we're on the topic and jumping around a bit of trade end of year stuff. What do you do with Buddy Franklin? If you're Sydney, what do you do?
Well, from what I can gather is that here's our offer. And there's Buddy's offer, and it's like, well, if you either take it or you come meet in the middle. Otherwise, I just retire. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay, you boys had longer careers than us, but at that age, could you be bothered shifting your whole family and going to another club? And
that's why I think it is. It's like, well, can we potentially meet in the middle a little bit? Well, let's be honest. If he's still earning $500,000, it's not a slap in the face, is it? Considering what he has earned over the journey, but. I don't think he's moving to another club.
I wonder what happens then with, you just say, for example, he goes, okay, I'll retire. They've got that space. That leaves them a fairly big packet to go for someone else.
It's not $1 million, though. It'd be $500,000 is what that's reported that they're offering him. Okay. I don't think they've got an absolute truckload there.
And I would think Logan McDonald will kind of absorb that in the next contract. If that makes sense.
Logie Bear.
The big Logie Bear.
I had a little thing. Imagine, this is before Clarkson went there. I said, imagine Clarkson goes to North and brings Buddy over just to sell some tickets, get the fans in the door. Wouldn't that be exciting for 2 years?
Oh, there you go, trainer.
Buddy Franklin, Larky, Zerha, and bums on seats. But you guys did say that he probably wouldn't want to move his family. So
also, maybe getting the ball out of the midfield to them would be.
Yeah, but imagine the move. It'd just be, you talk about big moves. Geez, it'd be good to see him in the North Melbourne
I like that
jumper.
train. Oh, you've got my.
And they've got a bit of cash there for 2 years. They said, come in, we're going to make a shitload on marketing on you. You're going to come in and help these young forwards. Yeah. And we might attract some midfielders with you.
He'd look good in the North jumper too. Jeez, it's a classy jumper. I love it.
I think you join the two twins. I reckon you get big Harry Mackay there.
Don't even say it.
The house.
Don't even say it.
Offer it to him.
Twin towers there at Carlton.
One at each end.
I'd rather
the same person.
You've just awoken the blue blood out of me. But I'd rather him go to North than go to Essendon. If Harry Mackay goes to Essendon,
is he out of contract?
I'll spew up.
I don't know if he is, but I think they've just got a lot of money.
No, he's signed too.
Good. There you go. Anywho. Finals preview. We've pretty much gone through the first game, Melbourne Swans. Geelong Collingwood this week. Who wins?
Geelong Collingwood. I've got the Cats winning the flag overall, despite my preview earlier this year. I just think their game style at the moment, the way they're playing is they've changed a lot. They're not as slow and boring. They're willing to take the game on, flick the ball on. And their two twin towers up front, Big Hawk and Jez, they're firing on all cylinders at the moment. They're
unbelievable.
They're going that well. Cam Guthrie's a little smoky for me. I love the way he's been playing this year.
Yeah. What about the big boy at full back?
Sam DeConing.
Oh, mate. Yeah. DeConing. Yeah, I forgot his name. Mate, no one talks about him. That's why I forgot his name. He is a star.
Rooster.
So good.
Big Rooster.
He's one of 10.
Yeah.
10 kids.
Really?
Yeah. 10 kids in the family. Absolutely crazy. The mum and dad, I went to the AFL Awards last week.
She stole the show. Mrs. DeConing.
They are the funniest family. The cool.
Where are they from?
Geelong. I think they're from that way. Yeah, Torquay, I think maybe. Red Hill. Okay. Yeah. They're from Australia. They're from Australia.
Just around there.
Talk around Red Hill. Winery region.
I think you're on the.
But what they've found there and put him in full back.
Well, speaking of the
spine,
key backs not getting recognised.
Yeah, you don't get them in the
Rising
AFL.
Star.
No, you don't get them at AFL.
None of them at AFL.
Do the Stars. I thought that was a make-believe name.
No, it's
growing
not.
up. Do the Stars.
You find them at Avondale Heights, they just breed success out there.
Anyway, I wouldn't look. I think Geelong. I actually think Geelong win the flag as well. But I'm still not surprised if Collingwood get up tonight. Like, just the momentum they're on.
Yeah.
You always think, how long can this last? But
I can't see it tonight.
as long as
I think
Jamie
tonight
Elliott's
comes
in
to an
that
end
team, who
tonight.
knows what's going to happen?
I think the Cats win easy.
You know
against
what?
Collingwood.
What also with that as well, that Tom De Koning, Sam De Koning, you're just saying, they've got a very tall back line. Who's tall in the Collingwood forward line?
Well,
Darcy Cameron's been
or
playing.
Mason Cox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of
Mason
those two
Cox.
go there, and then Mahaichek plays tall. But that's about it.
Okay, fantastic. That's good. Fremantle Bulldogs.
Dogs. Bulldoggies. The
Bulldogs.
Bulldoggies.
The Bulldogs.
I think that'll
Dags.
be. I obviously love Fremantle. I'm a big fan. I think it'll be a really boring game.
Oh, I'm not going to tune in.
I'm sensing kind of a defensive war, like defense off. So, yeah, I think the Doggies go there with more weapons than the Dockers. The Dockers, I don't think have the sustainable game plan to go beyond. If they win this week, I think it's kind of.
So you think the Dogs win?
No, I think the Dockers win this game.
But then they,
Yeah, but the sustainability of these two sides in the finals, I think, is limited.
Yeah, Libba and Fife out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's.
I
like
think
for like.
Who's that? Your dad?
I know, I need that.
That shouldn't be that funny.
Tomato sauce mouth, hey? Big Tomato likes that one. I was going to fantastic.
I mean, embarrassing, yeah.
It's Father's Day this weekend. Come on. Who was saying then? Fife and Libba out.
Yeah. I think Libba's a bigger out for the Dogs than what Fife is for the Dockers, given that he's hardly played this year. And they were actually going.
You right with that comment?
They were nearly,
now,
they were top two, weren't they? The Dockers without Fife in the team. He comes back in.
Oh, now they're
yeah.
fighting words. You're saying he's the reason they've
No, not at all. I'm just saying that the cohesion
I'm,
wasn't there.
I'm with you.
You're saying there's a riff at Freo.
Nah, yeah, absolutely.
But Freo had
the
a
big
few-
dog doesn't chase, doesn't defend. He just comes in and does it his way.
That's fair.
No, I just think that he's a luxury, bringing that Fife in. And what a luxury to have a guy who's two-time Brownlow medalist and play him wherever you like. But Libba, grunt work, get in, get it out, feed it out to your ball winner, to your users on the outside. Big loss for them.
Young Michael Barlow-esque. Trino?
I'm a bit worried about. I think Freo win, but I'm a bit worried about Freo's forward line. Like Big Tabsy's done his calf. I think he's on the way back, but Lob's banged up. Griff's coming back from a ductor, and Fife's out. So they've gone from having a tall forward line to a few banged up. So that.
Young Giant Miss is
Giant
back
Miss
in.
playing his
he's
second or third
back.
game.
Okay, I didn't know that. So I
But
liked him, but
that's
it's his,
to your point. He's
yeah.
his second or third game.
exactly. So they've just the war on nutrition, as they say. It's just kind of going
Did you
down.
say war of nutrition?
No, attrition.
Attrition is what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
great
edit
word.
that one out.
word.
I think I might have said nutrition there, to be honest.
War of nutrition.
Fucking
So it's
hell,
just
tell me, I
Kepler
think-
Bradley used to call it a war of nutrition.
I've got nutrition. Yeah.
So
I think I was
whoever,
repeating.
whoever,
I saw Kepler at the pub before.
whoever
I was
has the
trying-
better breakfast, you reckon?
Yeah.
What's
Whoever
my
has
game?
scrambled eggs and a little bit of bacon.
So the nutrition team is on edge tonight.
Gee whiz.
Wowee.
I'm on edge now. Gee whiz. That'd be bad.
Honey sandwiches,
Live
eh?
on Dyl Friends, the biggest podcast in Australia, and I've said war of nutrition. Fuck, I know. Anyway, what I was trying to say was Fremantle will win. They're too tall, but I'm a bit worried next week.
Shout out to Beth Allison, the former nutritionist there at
Shout out
Freo.
to Jess Benlove, the
Love
greatest
it.
nutritionist.
Boys, tips going into the year. I think what we'll do is I'll just run through a list and we'll just go bang. Everyone can just go rather than going around.
Yep.
Brownlow. I reckon Clayton Oliver wins.
Lock
Just
in.
think he's been so consistent this year. He's a good player. That's who I think. Grand finalists. Contrary to my earlier argument, I'd still love that to happen, but I think it's a Geelong Melbourne grand final. Norm Smith on the game. I'd actually say Sam De Koning.
Oh,
Sam De Koning wins a Norm Smith.
so they don't get rising noms, they don't get anything else. But he's going to win the normie.
No.
When's the last key back won that?
No, Brian Lake.
How's he going
No,
to...
he took 15 marks.
Yeah, well, that's what Sam's going to do.
Wouldn't tell the boys to man him
Sam's
up.
gonna do. One sec, I'm not done.
Brian.
Nick was
Geelong.
kicking it to him.
I've got a funny story about Brian Lake. Right?
Oh, well,
Okay, go for it.
So Brian Lake, out at Werribee the other day, we had a staff meeting. And there was this bloke measuring out the Werribee footy oval on the Trundle wheel.
Yes.
And I look out and I'm like, it's strange, not sure what he's doing. Measuring out wing to wing, pocket, goal square to goal square. Our CEO walks out and goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" Because he walks straight over the covers, the covers. And then he got closer. And it was Brian Lake measuring out the Werribee Footy Club ground.
What was he doing it for?
He's playing footy for Caroline Springs. And the grand final or the finals are at the Oval. So Brian's taking his footy
Oh, wow.
to a
He
new
wants the
level.
dimensions.
He wants.
I thought you were going to
Don't
tell
think-
the other
don't
story.
think Brian just rocks up and takes his check and goes home.
Doing a few Mark Tiempos, is he? Up and back.
I thought you were going to tell the story about how we lost the grand final. We ended up in a cabin
Yeah,
at
ended up
5
in the
a.m. and he had
maxi
the
cab.
Norm Smith round the neck, just giving Mick a little bit of lip in the maxi.
He said, "Thanks for this. 7 clanger kick straight to me, champion."
Jeez, that's
5 a.m. in the morning at a maxi.
Then me and Trainer woke up in the same bed the next morning.
Yeah,
fully
that wasn't a great morning, to be honest.
Anyway,
back on the run sheet. Geelong win the premiership, and my surprise grand final big game player, Brad Close.
You're kidding.
I like him. Really like him. Good young.
Well
kid.
said.
Thank you very much. So do you want me to? Do you know where to go, or do you want me to?
Yeah, Brownlow,
I'll
Lockie
Brownlow,
Lockie Neal.
grand
Do you wanna
finalist.
stand beside
Sydney and Brisbane.
Norm Smith,
Errol Goulden. Love that.
premiership. Who wins? Sydney, and surprise grand final big.
Well,
Chad.
Well, Errol would be a surprise. Would that be? Well, I'll go outside of Errol because I've got on him Norm Smith. Justin McInerney.
Okay, yeah, fair
course.
Like it. Like the
Loyalty.
Lidsey.
So I've got the Cats v Ds. Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
Yeah, you can go any way you want. Cats v D's grand final.
Yep.
Brownlow.
Tuke Miller. I'm gonna
Love
go
that.
with Tuke.
So is he on the books?
No, he's not.
Okay.
No.
He will be soon.
Not trying. He listens.
Yeah, he does. He was on last week.
My normie, I've got the Cats winning the flag. My normie goes to Cam Guthrie.
Love that.
And my surprise big game player is actually Brad Close as well. I had him written down as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just like something about him. Do you know the funny story about Cam Guthrie? You'd know this one, Tommy. Great guy, like super dude. Really good mate. His brother actually works at the AFLPA. Great guy as well. Anyway, the story about him when he was at Geelong early days, and just shows the level this guy's on. Just not a normal player.
From
Rocks
Sunbury.
up from Sunbury. Went and started working at Cold Rock Ice Cream in Geelong. How good is that? It's one of the all-time stories of all time.
That's better than Brian Lake measuring the
Like,
oval.
That is something. I mean, geez, I wish he was working in Freo because we used to just towel that joint up. didn't we?
Well, but how good's that? A bit of perspective on the day off, just go work at Cold Rock.
Yeah,
just
brilliant.
to like, I think it was on a serious note to like, just to not take the opportunity for granted,
to appreciate it.
to appreciate it.
Yeah, he's a ripping fella, great family. Yeah, go on, ask me the questions. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Brownlow.
Lockie Neal, I'm going to stick with him.
Yep. Grand finalists.
Geelong will win, and they will play Melbourne, I still think.
Norm Smith.
Norm Smith. I'm going to go with our boy Jezza Cameron. I think he can kick 5.
Yeah, no, I could see that happening. And surprise big game player.
Oh, surprise big game. Got that little Holmes. Is it Holmes? Max Holmes?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 9.
Pops up on. Yeah, he kicks 2 or he could kick 3 on a big stage because no one really. He runs all day. I just think he's a surprise.
Got speed.
back there. Yeah.
Well said, Tom.
Little
I
Holmes.
like it. Well, if Geelong don't win, that's completely irrelevant, that segment. Trade radio. Got one of the best player managers in the game. If you're a young guy coming through and you're going to get drafted and you want some
Wisdom.
knowledge and you want some wisdom, look no further than
Paul Connors. No, I'm joking.
Tom,
I was hoping
You jerk.
Then our young man over here,
That's
Brett
it.
Deledio.
Tom's out
He's
of this.
been there
Stay out
everywhere
of
in
it,
the
Tom.
game. He's been at the top. He's been absolutely demolished by me on the field as well. So he knows what it's like at the lows.
Time is
He's-
it? It's time to sign up
He's
with
done
Brett.
it
That's
all.
what time it is.
One of the great player managers. Sign up with him. Who do we think's going to trade period? So let's just predict one big call that we like. What's on the rumour mill that you're really excited for? I must admit, it's my favourite time of the year.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I think there's lots of boys that we're all hearing about, but I get excited for someone going to my old club in the Tigs, and I'm hearing that Timmy Turano's on his way there. You know, so I'm just like, I'd love to see
But
that.
your old club is
the
the Giants as
So
well.
it's-
So
it's but you know why I like it is because it's like, yeah, they sort of get one back. You know, it's a bit of a trade there. But my surprise, and this has come from nowhere, and I don't know if this is ever going to eventuate, but Lockie Whitfield to the Saints. I'm just not sure whether he might come back to Melbourne and. He's pretty settled up there, but
loves it. He
just
just
maybe
bought a
something that's a bit of a
beautiful house
surprise.
up there. Yeah,
That's an interesting
I
one.
like it.
Well done. Let's go with it. So hypothetical.
Hypothetical, yeah.
He's getting a lot of airtime today, but Errol Goulden, he can go to
It's
Freo.
like he's just the man.
Because it's hypothetical.
Free
It's
man.
How is that
Sydney.
ever going to happen?
Well,
Why
it's
would
not
they let
gonna
that happen?
Is he from
You
WA?
know, on the other side of
There's
the
got to be a
country.
little bit about it. There's
Yeah.
got to be somewhat about
You
it.
can't just like Sydney and
Well,
like
he-
Errol.
Don't stick to the script, mate.
Like Freo.
He would actually give the front half of Freo a bit of
Oh.
spunk and a bit of
Yeah, but
bit
it's
of
never going to
pizzazz.
happen.
He's
Sydney
gonna
will
knock
never
out
let that
Chapman.
happen.
Hypothetical, isn't it?
He's gonna there's got to be
Oh.
something in it. Like
You two go and I'll come back.
yeah, okay.
Well, I've
Tommy?
already gone with Buddy. I thought the Buddy
That
in North
was great.
Melbourne
Well
was the hype. You know, that was the big one that no one's ever just thought about. Clarkson, heaps of cash, 2 years.
But he left Clarko, so
I know, but he might say, here's another $1 for 2 years, so you get $2 million. Do you want to come? Because Sydney don't want you for that price. And he might go, you know what, I can sacrifice 2 years with the family and then wrap it up. That was me, that was me hypothetical.
okay.
Like it. My sort of one that's just like swirling around that's got actually people talking about it already is the Paddy Dow situation.
Yep.
I would love to see him, and I think even Mark Murphy said this as well. I'd love to see him. I know he's loyal to Carlton. I actually really, really rate him. I reckon he's a great player, but I'd love to see him take another opportunity somewhere else and just have a fresh start. I think that he could go anywhere, really. Like he could honestly go anywhere. He's a player that just fits in with any team. He's a Geelong boy. Yeah, Geelong were chasing him apparently. I didn't know that. But I'm just thinking out loud here, and not because it's because this
one
club,
of those Hawthorn epiphanies.
Well, not just because they've done such a great job, but with me. But Giants are known to turn around some players and take them into stars. It didn't happen with us. Happened with Matt DeBoer. Went there. If they lose
Tendai,
if they lose Hopper and Taranto, imagine Paddy Dow just sliding up.
They don't need any more mids.
Well,
that's the thing.
But they're getting rid of two. They need
because they got 20.
In.
Yeah, they got a few in the wings that are.
The one player I forgot to talk about was Grundy. I fucking want him to go to the Giants. I don't think they've got enough money, but the Giants need Grundy. They need a ruckman.
Be pretty big.
They've never had like that superstar ruckman for 10 years.
Jump into this, boys. Please agree with me or disagree with me. If any AFL players are listening out there, anyone that plays sport in Melbourne, any AFL players, and they're thinking about, would I enjoy going interstate? If for someone like Grundy, I couldn't recommend it more. I couldn't recommend it more. Someone even like DeGoey, Dusty Martin, all these guys, like, how good was it moving interstate in the second half of the career? Like, you already know what Melbourne's like. You know what it's like living. You move somewhere different. You were in a big bubble in WA, but went to the Gold Coast. It's enjoyable.
Absolutely. Yeah, loved it. I'd promote it big time. And I always find it, bizarre that these big club players from Melbourne clubs, want to go to another big club, Melbourne club. Yeah, they can get caught up in the bubble of
like up the road.
Melbourne.
Yeah. Well, the Giants would be perfect. I don't know Grundy. Do you know him?
I don't know him that well. No,
it looks like he'd do well. He's pretty, pretty alternative looking. I think he'd go really well.
I think he'd love
Paddington.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rides a Vespa, so I think he'd go all right.
You have Milo one still up there.
Yeah.
Just left it there.
Yeah, but I'd love to see. I'm very interested to see what happens with Grundy. There's a lot of.
Who else is out there that's moving? Your mate Griff Logue, where's he going?
Well, I don't know, and obviously, I speak to him all the time. But
why are you smiling?
No, I'm not smiling. I mean, I've asked him.
Are you open to telling the story about
when he's going to the Bombers?
when you messaged the GM there at Freo about Griff Logue?
Oh, I've messaged the coach during the year. I don't think I've told you.
Longer?
Yeah, I hit him up on DMs when I was at 1 a.m. It's fucking. I meant every word though. They dropped him after he came. They dropped him.
How have you DM'd him, by the way? What's he on Instagram?
He's on Instagram. Yeah, he follows me. So I said, I'm going to let him know. They've dropped Griffin Logue. He's playing that well. And I said, fuck that. I'm going to let him know.
Oh, trainer. What have you done here, mate?
You fucked me multi.
No, it works. He got dropped. He come back in, kept Jeremy Cameron to 0 goals, and then got dropped again. And I went, well, hang on. And then now then he come back in and he's been unbelievable. So I stand on 2 feet and I don't, regret it at all.
Wow.
I just don't like when they drop players out of contract and try to devalue them. So I was like, fuck that.
That's pretty impressive by you.
Hey, I'd love you to step in behind the walls of match committee one day and understand that you can't fit your 40 into your 22.
If Griff Logue's not in your 22, I'll go he.
He'd just come back from an injury, I reckon. There was some circumstance around it, so I'm gonna.
Well,
he's backing up Justin here.
I am. I'm on JL.
And you'll love this topic, but I must say, I reckon
Trained
Freo.
AFL
I reckon Freo are one of the smartest list management clubs in the AFL.
Big ballsy.
Of how they start these sort of rumours around like players. So like obviously it looks like they're going to get Luke Jackson.
Lobby's out.
Lobby's out. It looks like, but. The way where they were going to go for this rumour around Brayshaw coming to Fremantle, I honestly think that was nearly a forced hand to Melbourne to go, which one do you want? Because one of them you're going to have to let go. So it was almost like we didn't really want Brayshaw. Like the brother thing was just a bit of a play.
Nice, yeah.
But we're going to go.
They're selling that whole story.
I reckon Freo are doing that. They do it. I reckon Freo do it. And they go,
you know what,
Melbourne, make your decision. You're either going to go with Brayshaw or you're going to let us have Jackson. You can't have both.
Yeah.
And they
so
take
there's a leak in
one.
there who's just planting that.
I don't know. I feel like it's happened before in another scenario. I'm trying to remember, but they do a lot of
Travis Cloak was going to go to Freo.
Okay, that wasn't the one that was jumping to mind, but there was
Jack Anthony instead.
Yeah. Oh,
big Jackie boy.
Anyway,
do you disagree with that messaging the coach?
No, I love it, mate. I'm all for that.
It's a bit like
it's
full on, but I've only done
Did he reply?
Nah, he's seen it though. I was like, and I went, fuck, do I delete it in the morning? I'm like, nah, I just left it there.
Wouldn't do it personally, but. No, you do you, trainer. I love it.
If you were managing if you're managing, you'd send an email. What the fuck?
What, to the coach?
Managers don't get involved.
No, I would not.
The GM, you'd say, what's going on here? He dropped me. He's just kept the Coleman medalist to fucking 0 goals, and you dropped him. You wouldn't have a word as a manager. You might as well fucking go home. You got to be kidding me. My client's out of contract. I need him on the field. Son.
Go home, mate. Go home.
Well, I'm not a manager, but anyway.
That's as good as I've heard.
Anyway,
Passionate. I love your passion.
You probably
That's
need
great.
him. There's a role in there for you somewhere. That passion.
No role.
It's untapped.
He did well though, Griff.
What about Blake Acres? Where's he going?
Is he out of contract?
Yeah.
And he's leaving.
Well, can I ask this question, Brett, because you know it more than me. So Freo are going to have no money because they're rumoured to have Jackson, right?
Yep.
So there's going to be some collateral like it's Rory Lobb and maybe Griff Logue and then
Blake
Acres, and that makes up the salary that they're going to pay
Jackson. Yeah.
Is that pretty much bang on the...
Well, unless they've got other things in other pies, yeah. But I can't imagine, what's reported is not always what's accurate too, because there's some big numbers. Everyone says, oh, yeah, he's on 800, he's on 900. But when you put them all together on a list, you've only got a salary cap of 13.5, 14 mil, so it doesn't always fit.
Let me ask you this one, Dill,
I think you went
about
the same thing.
about synergy of group.
Oh,
So,
no, not
you know,
I think I'm reading.
so Griff
mine.
Logue, Griff Logue, Blake Acres, Rory Lobb, good integral parts of that team and environment. And then the new bloke comes in, and you lose 3 of your mates. I think it's.
I wish I
think
was
there's
with you. To be honest, I always thought, I was like, oh, this 44, we're the best bunch of fucking mates in the world. And then you lose 6 and you're like, oh, see you boys. See you later. You're like, you just forget about them straight away. You're like, hey, what's up, boys? Yeah, it's just there. And then as soon as I got delisted, I was like, oh, they're going to miss me so much. And I'm like,
Never heard
they
that.
don't miss me again, ever. They did not
Still
miss
don't
me
hear from
one.
them.
No,
Yeah.
still
few of
don't.
them apologise.
So I don't think
away
that's
drinks.
on this around on this
Ryan Crowley, no, I can't come, mate.
on this player movement stuff. One thing I actually would love to see brought in, and I reckon would make trades and everything so much more exciting, is announcing players' wages.
Really?
Yeah,
Do
publicly.
you reckon that we're
Because
on
if
enough,
you
they're on
go-
enough money to
No,
be able to
but that's
deal?
the thing, because you go, oh my God, there's Justin McInerney, who's a great young player, for example. Some people go, wow, he's probably on 400 grand. He's probably on 120. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
And then they go, well, let's go fucking get him then, and let's give him more. I think it's such a good way to.
Do clubs know? Managers? Do you know what most people are on? Or you got to guess.
Well, you got to guess.
So you don't know. So even for managers, it make your job much easier, just numbers wise.
Well, I suppose it would, but then, it takes away a little bit of the negotiation as well, because you're sort of, you're saying comparing to other players and other lists and how they play and their style, but I don't know. I don't know whether I agree with that or not, because there's guys that are quite private about their finances and what they're able to do. I think it brings in that whole other element with everyone's contactable now with social media and whatever else. You play one bad game and you're earning
But
$700,
it could
$800.
actually do it the other way, because some people think that these guys are on.
Yeah.
They might, for the players that they think are on a lot. And they
But
go,
you think
"Geez,
about
this
a-
guy's
yeah.
killing it, and he's on this. Whereas
But-
the other way, yes, it's going to have the effect,
Yeah.
but it's vice versa.
But what's Australia as a society, mate? We're tall poppies. Tall poppy. As soon as someone's going well, we cut them off at the knees, mate, and say,
100%.
nah, mate,
I
you're
suppose-
kidding yourself.
I suppose I'm more thinking it from my point of view. They'd be like, Dyl Buckley, fuck, he's going all right. He's on 40 grand.
Yeah.
He's,
Well, you
I don't know,
disclose
mate.
your
It's
salary
coming
now.
pretty
cheap.
Like
Yeah,
that
good on
last
him.
year, Mike, I would not want to see the contract. Like, cut in half, rookie wage. You almost, I
I
don't
wouldn't
think,
have been able to.
mate,
You
imagine
can't
saying
live that
38 grand out
it's
in public. Like,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing, isn't it?
for full time. Like it's.
But yeah, I think if it was like you're thinking, that's an American thing, and I love
Yeah.
it. But they're on big bucks. The shittest players are on 2 million. You know,
Yeah.
2 million. It's a lot of money.
I'd love to. I think it would work. I like it from my point of view because I think being someone that was probably on that, I hated when people were always like, "Oh, these footy players they earn 300 grand minimum wage." It's like I never fucking saw that in my life.
Yeah, I think we just need to educate the public, and they need to know that there's 5 to 6 players that are really well paid, and
Yeah.
the rest are pretty good.
Well,
And
the
there's
average
just
is
blokes on
380 at the moment.
No,
you know,
the
so
average is
that's the average,
380
it's
for
off.
people that play. So they only measure that. So there's 10, 15
From
blokes a
22.
year that never play, and they're all on the lowest salary when you think about it.
Yeah, but they've got the potential to earn to that though if they do play. You know, that's the difference.
Yeah, but
They,
they
they,
don't.
Got a
they
great
don't, they don't
manager.
play. Yeah, but that's on them. to
Yeah,
get
no,
better
I
and to
agree.
play.
To be honest, I totally agree. I think like it's 2-part. So I agree with that, and I also think now going to the game when I was a player, I just think, geez, why isn't this happening? But it's like, well, at the end of the day, am I selling tickets, playing at the NEFL? No, I'm not. So like, I don't deserve to be on good money. Like, you got to be a bit realistic with where you're at.
You were
as well.
selling tickets that day. You just pushed lids out the
Oh,
side.
I didn't know. Hey?
I reckon that was a packed arena.
That's putting the kids through school. That one.
And
you
you
still get royalties for that
just
one.
bought a new house or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Lids. I've got yeah, thank you. Thanks for
Yeah,
that.
no worries, mate. I love that you have so much fun at my expense on that.
I know.
And
Well,
it
you
just
got the
constantly.
How fat is that watch? It must have.
Oh, mate.
You must have had 35.
It tore his shoulder out, that watch. It tore his labrum. To get a lattiche. Anything else on the trade table?
No, I think he's come prepared with that
Yeah, I
one.
loved it.
Yeah, I
Anything
got a
else?
few
Lidsy?
notes.
We've cleaned out the Dockers.
What are Essendon doing? What are
I
they
would say
doing?
just
Mate,
one on Luke
they
Jackson.
need a
Wouldn't
coach.
Luke Jackson? I'm thinking Luke Jackson should go to West Coast.
Not
Oh wow!
because of Nick Nat.
Yeah,
Well,
Nick
yeah,
Adelaide won
I
a few
saw that
years.
actually yesterday. I was reading an article.
Why
on
would
it.
you go there when they've just had 2 wins for the season though, and Freo are top 5?
He's going to be under big pressure on that dough at a club that's going to potentially be pushing into the top 4. I think there's a bit more leg rope if you go to West Coast and
Big club.
yeah, they'll work through a rebuild pretty quickly.
You want to win a flag though, don't you?
West Coast won't be down the bottom for too long, will they?
No,
Bill?
I don't reckon they will.
Not with my gauge. No. Not reckon they
Well,
will.
you should have
Freo
backed yourself
beat
with
them.
Collingwood. You know, they were
West
near the
Coast,
bottom end.
I've said this publicly a lot. I said if I was a West Coast supporter, which I am, I would be one of the most disappointed AFL fans in
Which
the
you are.
last 10 years, because for that team to win only one grand final, being as dominant as they are, you've got to be disappointed with that. I know there's been some great teams as well.
Yeah.
You know, everyone knows
2 grand finals, what, 15 and 18?
15 and 18, but I still think they should have won at least 3
With this team.
with
they
the
had.
team they had. Yeah, I really rate them.
Fair enough.
Really rated them. Quick break in today's podcast to talk to you about our friends at Bloke in a Bar. We love Bloke in a Bar. Thank you so much for all the love and support. They've even got their new can now, the Midi, which I seriously think is the best looking beer on the market and the best tasting. And they are absolutely dominating. They're in over 50 outlets now all over Victoria. So make sure you head to blokeinAbar.com to see the nearest one near you. All you need to do is chuck in your postcode and they pop up. A few special ones to mention: Harry Brown Craigieburn, Exeter Cellars Croydon, Heather Hill Cellars Frankston, and Australia Liquor Traders Northcote. Make sure you check them out and make sure your next beer of choice is Bloke in a Bar. You! All right, boys. 2023 Bloke in a Bar Player of the Year. Who's your player? Who's your one that he's sponsored? This whoever it is. Who's your player you're jumping on their bandwagon? You're riding hard.
Sam Darcy.
Okay.
I need to make a public apology to him.
What'd you say?
Why
to
is
him?
that?
I just don't think I gave him the credit he deserved. I went really hard on him saying, you don't deserve the number 4. That's for someone that is an all-Australian player, that's someone that, is on the posters of your club. And to be honest, am I the catalyst
You're
in
thinking of the
becoming...
wrong person, mate. You're thinking of Sean Darcy, the ruckman. That's embarrassing as.
Don't cut this out either.
Don't ever cut
I got
this out.
fucking war. I got war on nutrition. He's getting this way.
Who the fuck is Sam
Go to
Darcy?
Sons of the West,
Place the ball
red,
on.
white, and blue.
Oh yes, I've got him.
Son
Don't edit
of
this.
Luke. Son of Luke.
I need to apologise to Sean Darcy.
Sam Darcy.
I need to apologise to Sean Darcy again.
Oh, so you-
Because I've just
Oh, you've ripped him.
I was saying back on Sean Darcy, who I'm talking about. I used to bag him and say he doesn't deserve to be wearing the number 4.
He
What?
wears
Why?
number 10.
No, he does wear the number 4.
Yeah, but so there's a picture of Sam Darcy just behind the.
Very
the monitor,
handsome young man.
Who's played 2 or 3 games.
Yes, I know him now. Sam Darcy, apologies.
Father, son.
Luke
Luke's
Darcy's
son.
Yes,
You guys didn't give me much when I said that name. You're not like
Well, I think
vibing
he's-
that.
I'm thinking
It's only his
he's a
first
top
year.
2 draft pick.
Was
Like
he
I'm
top
thinking
two?
you got
Was
to
he
find
top two?
someone.
That's good,
He
mate.
was number 2 draft pick.
Well, you didn't
I
know what
reckon Nick
number he was. You
Dacos.
thought he was number 4 and
You're
played for
going out on
Fremantle.
you're going out on a limb.
I thought you said
and
those
saying a
big
bloke that was
chompers.
a
I
top
thought you
2
said
draft
Sean.
pick in his second year is going to be a good player.
Yeah. No shit.
Not good, like a superstar. Yeah, well, I'd
Yeah.
still invest heavily.
Would you?
Yeah, okay.
How much would you pay him?
Oh, just lump. Just lump.
Why don't you DM Bevo and see?
Nah, there's no DMs unless they need to be told.
Can play both ends and has pushed Josh Bruce
No,
out of the
I think he's
side
going to play
this week.
forward next year, and he's going to be.
Okay.
But he can play both ends.
One of
Yeah,
the
he can
kings.
play both ends, but he's going to really pop up and
Yeah,
dominate next
fair
year.
How are you feeling? How are you
Bit rattled,
feeling?
bit embarrassed.
I'm a bit rattled that no
Yeah.
one gave me anything, and you
Yeah.
know what? We all make mistakes, man. I said war on nutrition. You said the wrong stuff.
Oh, well,
We're
I
all
sort
human, mate.
I sort of gave a public ode to Sean Darcy for 5 minutes before I realised we were talking about Sam Darcy. So it's a little bit of a difference, but I apologise to every Darcy member of Australia.
Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson next year. It's
Do
going to
you
be
know what
exciting.
do you know what I mean about Sean Darcy though? Do you
Well, I didn't
understand
know
what I'm
that you
saying?
didn't rate
No,
him.
I did rate him, but I said, young Sean, give the number 4
Two?
to Caleb Sarong.
He's got
Okay.
3.
Well, he was 21, but he changed. But he changed to 3 recently. So I was saying you've got to be giving that to your Heath Chapmans.
What's wrong?
He's
He was
3
always
now.
3.
He's always been 3.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
I'll die on the sword here. I'll die on the
I
sword.
can't comment. I'm not sure.
I'll die on the
Brandon
sword.
Matera was 3.
Yeah, fish.
Yep.
Sarong, I'm nearly certain, has always been 3.
No, he hasn't.
Anyway, my breakout player will be Jesse Motlop from Carlton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 3.
So he was. What are you looking at?
Oh, no, I just
Have a
rattled
look
it. You
at
go, pick 2. What do you fucking reckon? I didn't know he was pick 2.
Motlop was. You should see his body shape. 1 year into the system, he's turned into an AFL player. Have a look at your face, would you?
I'm just looking at his body shape is now what the topic of conversation.
Well, he was a small, skinny kid
Filled
from
out a
South
bit.
Freo. His jumper, I watched him play some waffle finals, and it was like a dress. And now he's
Yeah. I'll rate him. I
he's
think
strong, as I reckon Caleb Sarong has
trying to
always
find
worn
that.
3.
Yeah, I don't think he has, but we'll
Jeez,
confirm
this
that.
is
Jesse
funny.
Motlop for me, Lids.
Like it.
Yeah.
Exciting small forward.
No, I like him. I'm going to be on young Ollie Henry from Collingwood. I love the ability of this kid to play forward but play a bit taller, clunks it, kicked 21 goals from 15 games, played a few as a medi-sub, but some
Out of contract.
some clutch moments as well, like big goals late in games.
Just on that, we didn't mention player movement. Mick Stay's rumoured earlier to go to Collingwood, which is just a huge forward line. And he might be moving. Is that a rumour?
It's a
Or are they
rumour.
keeping-
Yeah, it's a rumour.
He'd be a good one to snag, for clubs because he's
Yeah.
not getting a game and he's dominated, as you said.
He was having a bit of trouble with in front of goal, though, wasn't he? He was missing a lot of
He
goals.
had one game against the Dogs, I reckon, on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Kicked 3 points, I reckon. Had 5 shots on goal in the first quarter and put them all 3 behinds and 1 out of bounds on the full, I reckon. But big game player who can clunk it and can be a bit of an excitement machine,
What do you
We love
reckon? Your breakout
Dyl, you
player,
got a breakout?
Sam Darcy?
So
or?
just gonna quickly show you guys to a 2021 Footy Stars Prestige Clearance King. Sorry, I was at number 21. He was number 22. Just to fill that
So
in
you're
for the
wrong.
fans. So
Last
I
one
was
by
correct.
Jack Anthony.
Last one by Jack Anthony. My
Viv Mitchie,
look.
20. Anyway.
Can I do 2 players
No.
as always?
Yeah, you
Just the
do
best
3.
one.
I'll do 3. One that we've spoken about a little bit today. I want to go with Logan McDonald at the Swans. I
Yep.
think he's just going to, again, high pick, but I think he's going to turn into a star. And the other one, which was a big call from last year, just rehashing this that I made. And this young man has come on in spades this year. But again, he was injured, so I didn't get to really play. Listen to this. 2 names to watch from the Gold Coast Suns this year. Elijah Hollins.
Yep, hasn't played yet.
Hasn't played yet.
Bushranger.
Yeah,
Massive,
Bushy.
really, really talented young fella that hasn't played yet. So, Lids, you know a bit about him? Lids, you do know a bit about him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's come on late in the year and had some really good games. I think he's nominated round 22, somewhere around there.
Very, very late in the year, but I think he's going to be a star.
Yeah.
Sanders can play a bit in the
Powerful.
junior carnival. Yeah, really like him. So they're my 2.
Who's
It's
the other one?
exciting. Logan McDonald.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and Sean Darcy again. So I appreciate that. All right, boys, finish up. You know
It's
how
gonna
we
be
always
good.
do. We're playing some AFL Articulate. What are the teams? Diagonals?
Here we go. Chemistry strong.
house, mate.
North Fremantle boys.
Yeah, Dope Elstree. Swan River.
Yeah. So for those who haven't listened to the show before,
Didn't you lose last night?
AFL Articulate, we play this.
Fucking ribbed
It's
last
going to be Tommy Sheridan, the horse teeth, tomato mouth boy,
Rixie, give the Rixie
with
the phone.
Mickey Barlow and me and the MCG specialists over here, Brett Deledio and myself, together in a team. So what we're going to do is, oh geez, shades. So
serious.
the Ricks our eyewears. The shades. The future's so bright. You need shades.
Oh, just while we're on Ricks, there's some big announcements coming. We've got our birthday around the corner.
We weren't on it. We weren't on Ricks.
We're on it.
We were
We're on
talking
it.
about
If
Articulate.
anyone needs sunglasses, I know a guy. Head online, rickshighway.com.au and drop Aces or Dylan Friends or whatever you want. We've got discounts galore.
Yeah, you
Is that
put
open to
anything in it,
Justin
it just
Longmuir?
discounts it.
Justin and
JL,
you.
I'll send you a pair of sunnies if you can win a flag and load plays up forward.
Love it. So what we're going to do is, let's let Tommy and Mick go first. To explain it, 2 rounds, 60 seconds each. Tommy, you can explain to Mick first. There'll be things popping up on the screen here. Producer Sam's got the laptop.
Yeah, so
Well done,
yeah.
Mick. You get
That
that.
would have been. I was like, pretty sure that was. Good luck, train.
Just say when.
Spacebar.
He's a journo and he sits on
Tom Brown.
Footy Classified or Sunday Footy Show.
Oh, Kane Collins.
No.
Oh, Damien Barrett.
Yep. The stadium. Oh, I fucking said stadium.
Oh.
Lachie Neal's going to win his second.
Brownlow medal.
Plays for Sydney.
Logan McDonald.
Half
Justin
forward
McNamara.
flank.
Errol Goulden.
Nah, skinny, skillful.
Skinny and skillful.
High half forward. Kicks 1 goal
Chad
a week.
Warner.
Nah.
Papley. Tom.
No.
Papley.
He's not your
Not skinny.
main forward. Oh, he's filled out. He's played 100 and something
Get
games.
some
Buddy
gusto in
Name
your
some forwards,
voice.
man.
Skip it.
Sam
What's
Reid?
going on with your voice? Get some
No,
gusto
so he's
in
about
there.
25 years
You're
old.
right.
He plays for Sydney.
Logan McDonald.
No, he's a medium-sized half-forward flank.
Will Hayward.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Fuck,
good.
God,
mate.
he should
One
have
of
given
the-
a bit more
one of
than
the
that.
best-
Oh, they're fighting.
He's retired
Lids, they're fighting.
commentator, WA.
Matthew
Lad.
Pavlich.
Nah, old school, retired, one of the best ever. Sat next to Bruce
Paul
McAvaney.
Hasley.
Used to sit next to Bruce McAvaney.
Bruce McAvaney.
Used to
Dennis Cometti.
Yes. Coach of Fremantle.
Hey,
How's
that-
the fucking
you guys are terrible.
Fuck up all the time.
That was so
Will
bad.
Hayward, how the fuck do you not get that? Half-forward flank at Sydney. You've tipped him to win the granny.
What's going
Why
on with
wouldn't you
it?
say
Oh.
number 9 at Sydney?
What's this?
I
Is
don't know
Sheridan.
numbers.
Listen to it, Sheridan. Yeah, he's
don't know what number
Well, you're fucking barking at me right and left here. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's tennis, mate. Is it? You want to be fucking silent?
Jesus
Hayward, man.
Christ.
You serious?
All right, Lindsay, we on? Hey, think about the blade of grass
shut
at MCG.
up. Here we go.
All right, let's go. All right, coach of Richmond.
Dimmer Hubbock.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesus, how hard's
The
that?
game was played there last
Oh,
night.
you're kidding.
Gabba.
Yep. What do you win when you play best on ground in the grand final?
Norm Smith.
Yep. The umpires. Oh no, I fucked that. I have to skip it. Can't say umpire.
No more skips.
Okay, the best commentator of the generation.
Bruce McAvaney.
No. Boy oh boy.
Brian Taylor.
Yes. Best player ever to play for West Coast and Carlton.
West Coast and Josh Kennedy.
Bald head.
Just Chris Judd.
Yes.
This is tough.
The Geelong coach.
Chris Scott.
The other brother.
Brad Scott.
Yes. North Melbourne player, probably like the only shining light. Number 9.
Luke Davies Uniac.
Yeah, what's his nickname?
LDU.
Yes. The newspaper that I was always on the back page of the
Herald Sun.
sport. Yes. Number 1 for number 10. Sorry, for Port Adelaide.
Travis Boat.
Yes. My favourite player for Brisbane.
This is a
Cameron.
No.
Zach Bailey.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Lindsay.
Fucking hell.
Oh my God, you boys are absolutely cooked.
the
Sheridan,
score?
get some gusto about you, my friend.
Fuck him. Can't believe you didn't get Will Hayward, man.
He's rattled from that bloke
Yeah.
on the tee.
Hayward,
To be honest, I didn't even know who you were talking about.
He's a guy. How do you not know who he
He's
is?
a small, mate.
he's
Bloke's
sitting half forward.
190. He's huge.
No, he's not. He's
massive.
182.
No, he's not.
he's
Who was
188.
Hapley?
Yeah, he's
Will
not skinny.
Hayward is 182.
All right, round 2.
Hang on. Where am I pressing?
You just press
Spacebar.
the space bar.
Set. Go. Coach of Sydney.
John Longmuir.
You go.
Mine, John
you
Longmire.
go to you go.
wait!
This is fucked, man.
Brother
Can't
of
be-
Whispers. Collingwood.
Oh, yeah. Josh Dacos.
Yeah. 11:16 radio station.
SEN.
Full forward for GWS now. Used to be Freo in Melbourne.
Jesse Hogan.
Collingwood player, little bull inside mid, number 13.
Tad Adams.
Everyone tipped him as a breakout player next year for Geelong. Small forward, skinny guy.
Small forward, skinny guy. Oh, yeah. Brad Close.
Yeah. Halfback flanker for St Kilda, all Australian. Got the mullet.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Got him.
Who is it then?
Sinclair.
Yeah. Doggies to Collingwood last year.
Trelaw.
Really good looking
Oh,
bloke.
yeah, Lipinski.
Number 1. Yep.
Patrick.
Umpire.
Razor Ray.
Yep. Alf. Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon.
Ed Langdon.
Yes.
Wow.
Gold Coast, small forward. Bleach hair.
Rankin.
Yep. I coach in the.
Wow. Wow.
What about the Silver Spoon? Bang!
Wow.
How did you get that?
Silver spoon.
Oh, we used to just say the little...
Here's silver spoon thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's 9.
That was for Ed
That felt
Langdon.
like more than 9. Was that only 9? Felt like it was
Geez,
like
we'd
10.
have to choke here, Lids, to not get it. And I'm nervous about my brain at the moment after those 3
You can only
minutes.
sit
3
one.
minutes.
You had on the 3, are you, buddy?
You'll be,
You'll
you'll be rough tomorrow.
Tell you what, just the chemistry there.
Well, it wasn't early.
Well, it's because we were stuck on one.
Nah. No, I said
He
hot.
said hot.
I said you get a hot dog from the footy.
Yeah, we're 15. You're on 9. You need 6 to draw, 7 to win.
And perfect. It's set up for a
shit.
meltdown.
Oh, just count us in.
Can't leave you there.
Don't even distract them. I'm just going to look at the clock.
Okay.
I'm feeling nervous.
Okay, and you're guessing. Oh,
Yeah, mate, that's how it works.
Oh, yeah, we'll
Yep.
see who wins that champion.
on Patrick Lipinski. That's
Yeah.
a good get.
Yeah, I went Trelaw, went the wrong way.
Number 35, Richmond. Got tattoos, Backman.
Nathan Broad.
Big full forward from GWS then to the Cats.
Jeremy Cameron.
Oh, slow.
What do you eat when you go to the footy? Put
A
sauce
pie.
on it. The league over in WA that's not the AFL.
Waffle.
WA.
Big, tall American plays for Collingwood.
Mason Cox.
What am I?
Brett Deledio. The
No,
GOAT.
what am I now? What's my
Manager,
job?
player manager.
What do you watch on the TV other than Foxtel? Where can you watch it
KO.
free? What was played last night? What game?
Brisbane, Richmond.
Yes, but what sort of
Elimination final.
I can't say it. Rising star from Carlton a couple of years ago.
Patrick Cripps.
No,
10
try again.
Sam Walsh.
This is the win.
What are we coming up to that I'm going to be heavily involved in? Not the draft.
Trade period.
Kicked the most goals for Essendon this year.
Do we just run the clock down a bit?
Peter Wright.
Yeah, Peter Wright. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Brittles.
I don't think I've ever won that. I don't think I've ever won that game.
Yeah, well done.
I've never lost. You fucking crushed me.
Well done, gentlemen. Fantastic. Just to see us, really, wasn't it?
You didn't get Will Haywood, man.
Yeah.
Best description I've ever heard of him. Skinny half forward Sydney.
Can you send me
They've
the
got
tape? I need to
Yeah,
review the
well
way I
done.
described him. Have a good hard look at myself.
Mickey, Brettles, and Horse Teeth. Always great to see you boys. Shout out. We'll have a few beers after this, and love yous.
Good on you.
Thanks for having me,
friends.
mate.
We might catch up end of the
Go
year.
Dockers.
Review it. Go Cats.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Do it whenever you want. If you need sunglasses, like I said, Rick's Island.
Actually,
Just
as you
get
said,
online.
I'm actually loving a new pair of those. Look at those.
Yeah, the Tribecers, they're
Have them,
premium.
mate. Can
I can
Brett
take
have
these,
them
can
now?
I? Oh.
Yeah, you can. To be honest, after that performance, you
yeah,
can.
After
Yeah,
DMs,
he looks
Jay.
good,
That was
doesn't he?
clinical.
He's
That
just
was
about in his
clinical.
prime. Well done, gentlemen. Love you.
Thanks, mate.